Breaking news and welcome to this Justin's WWE 2k24 Universe mode. In this part, we are featuring the Icon Sting going one-on-one with the Phenom, The Undertaker, here at Wrestlemania. Now, it has been many years since The Undertaker's streak has applied here in Universe mode, but despite that, still, a special occasion every single time that we have a WrestleMania show is the match that The Undertaker will be facing off in, and here tonight he faces off against the Icon Sting. Sting is a man who here in Universe mode has never quite acquired championship success, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't been affiliated with some very big matchups here in Universe mode. In fact, he challenged Gunther this year for the NXT Championship and has a series of championship opportunities throughout the years here in Universe mode, the most recent of which being that match against Gunther at NXT New Year's Evil. Throughout the duration of this year in Universe mode, Sting being a part of the NXT brand in an effort to assist out with the upcoming talent, and now stepping up to the plate, so to speak, with the pun intended, of course, with his baseball bat, and an opportunity here tonight to indulge in a fantasy matchup for the ages that people have talked about for absolute years. And now we see the next competitor coming out to the ring, as the graphics on the Titantrons do not have to change for this, because the next competitor coming out is the Phenom, The Undertaker. And The Undertaker being accompanied here tonight by Paul Bearer and the Urn, which give him some surreal extraterrestrial powers. Of course, in previous years, we have seen The Undertaker here in Universe mode in many different variety of matchups and situations. Last season, he was part of AEW, in which he was challenging for the TNT Championship against MJF. In years prior, we've seen WrestleMania challenges against The Undertaker by the likes of Mil Muertes and Aleister Black. And now tonight we see, adding to that list, is Sting, a competitor who in his own right is a legend, is an icon, and is one of the top legends in this sport. This match going far beyond just a competitive matchup between two competitors. This match has so many implications behind it for the feud and the egos of both these men. We see Sting fired up in the corner, ready for this matchup to begin. He has been waiting for this moment. And Undertaker in his own right, preparing in his own way in the corner. Series of combination of strikes there from Undertaker to kick off this match. And Paul Bearer seems like he is going to stick around at ringside throughout the duration of this. Sting running snapshot there. Combination of strikes there. Now fireman's carry. Sting has Undertaker up in position, takes him down with that. Wasn't quite a cradle shock, but Sting with the fireman's carry sit out. And now Undertaker with the reversal to Sting. Quite a noticeable height difference here between these two. I don't think that is entirely accurate to real life. Perhaps this Sting Caw is a little undersized. Sting now with Undertaker positioned in the turnbuckle pad. Tree of Woe position. Chokes him out with that boot, but Undertaker answers back with an enziguri and a mat return, sending Sting face first into the mat. Undertaker now Irish whipping Sting across the ring, comes charging in with that clothesline. Sting, however, answering back with a combination of strikes of his own. Now Undertaker getting Sting back up to his feet. Irish whip yet again sends Sting across the ring. Looks to come in with those strikes in the corner, but Sting fighting back out of it, charging in with that clothesline. Looks to go for the grounded drop kick to follow it up, but Undertaker with a reversal. Sting now fighting back out of the turnbuckle pad. Irish whip here from Sting. Neck breaker. Pinfall attempt. One. Quick kick out from the Undertaker. You see Paul Bearer fired up on the outside, knowing that this match is going to go the distance here tonight between two athletes of this caliber and two men who don't want to give up a single inch for the other. Heated between these two. The war of words that we've heard over the course of the years. Now, powerbomb position. Sting, however, answers back with a series of strikes. You got to think that the Undertaker might have been looking for the last ride there. Sting with the strikes fighting out of it. However, Sting fighting out of that and now going for a curb stomp. Rebounding Undertaker's face into the mat. Pinfall attempt here now from Sting to follow it up. 2 and no, only a 2 count. Undertaker now rolling to the outside, and Sting climbing to the top rope, diving down from the top rope all the way down, crashing on the Undertaker on the outside with that leg drop from the top rope. Devastatingly so. Sting willing to risk it all here tonight for the victory. Undertaker now with Sting back up to his feet, sends Sting into the barricade. Clubbing strike to Sting as he is positioned, propped up on that barricade. Now Undertaker returns Sting back over towards the ring, but before doing so sends him snake eyes face first into that post. Now finally Undertaker returning the action back to the inside of the ring. And a flatliner from the Undertaker. Sting, however, quickly back up to his feet. Clubbing strike to the midsection there from Undertaker. And a snap suplex too from the dead man. Undertaker now positioning Sting in the turnbuckle. Combination of strikes, series of strikes, following it up one after another. There is the Undertaker. Looks for the choke slam, calling for it at least. But now maintaining the boot, choking out Sting in the corner. Throat slash from the Undertaker could be signifying the end here, as he might be attempting to go for that choke slam. Does so, and Sting reversing out of it before Undertaker can land it. Sting arm dragging Undertaker out, and now suplex position from Sting here. God's last gift, cradling in the pinfall. Only a 1 count from Sting. Undertaker now quickly back up to his feet. Strike to the face, closed fist from Undertaker. The referee might want to step in here, although he might be afraid to tell the Undertaker otherwise. Clothesline now from the Undertaker takes Sting to the outside, and we could be looking at a Taker dive here to the outside, but Sting sidesteps it at the very last second, moving out of the way, and Undertaker comes crashing hard down on the outside. But before Sting can capitalize, Undertaker sending Sting shoulder first onto the floor, follows it up with a snap suplex on the outside on top of the padding, and then lands a leg drop too for his efforts. Now military press from the Undertaker, hoisting way over his head and takes him down. All the way from that military press position on the ramp. Undertaker now returning to the inside of the ring to break the count. Slow to recover off of that missed dive to the outside. And now Fireman's carry position as Undertaker returns this back over towards the ring. Drops Sting snake eyes across the apron this time from the Fireman's carry. Now going to return Sting back to the inside of the ring. And following it up, Undertaker now reversal from Sting, belly to belly situation, but a series of strikes now from Undertaker fight his way out of it. And Undertaker turning Sting around now, for that sit-out pendulum backbreaker, or a sidewalk slam rather, is what it was. Pinfall attempt here, 2 and a kick out. And you can see now on the faces of both of these men, Undertaker and Sting both busted open by the physicality of this matchup. Undertaker now rebounding off of the ropes, and Sting catches him with that all around the world neckbreaker. Pinfall attempt, but the referee slow to get down there before the Undertaker can quickly kick out. Now it's Sting who looks for the suplex. Has Undertaker up in the air. Undertaker, though, shifting the momentum and catches Sting with that chop block to the leg. Looks to come in with that choke slam, with Sting reversal. Now could be locking in the Scorpion Deathlock. Scorpion Deathlock being applied here by Sting. Undertaker could be forced to tap out in this hold. Wrenching it in is Sting. And you see really fighting for this hold is Sting. The Undertaker fighting not to submit here. Might want to try and crawl forward to try and create the separation via rope break. But no, Sting. Finally, Undertaker able to muscle his way out of that by forcing his way back up. Undertaker now with Sting yet again in the military press. Takes him down. And Undertaker now following that with a powerbomb position. Has Sting up. And a last ride. Pinfall attempt now from Undertaker coming off of the last ride. Has the shoulder secured. 2 count though. Only 2, says Lil Nate. The Undertaker going to look to quickly capitalize still on the offensive advantage that he has against Sting here with a tombstone pile driver. But crumbling down to the ground too is the Undertaker. Unable to get the advantage on it for the time being. Now drapes the hand over the chest of Sting, but Sting gets the shoulder up off of the tombstone. Now Undertaker picking Sting back up to his feet. Powers him up for a running Oklahoma slam. Sting now rolling to the outside at the feet of Paul Bearer. And will we see Paul Bearer get involved here? Taker comes diving to the outside, ready to risk it all, and for the second time in this match with a dive to the outside. Undertaker biting off a bit more than he can chew and crashing down really hard. Now Sting being sent back into the inside of the ring. Undertaker now looking to reposition Sting, bringing him over towards the ropes. Clothesline to the outside, and could he be going for another Taker dive here? Once more going to look for a Taker dive, but Sting again sidesteps it. That is the 3rd time that Undertaker has come crashing down on the outside, and perhaps he's getting obsessed with connecting with this in order to prove a point. That time sending Sting face first into the post on the outside. Undertaker now soaking in the appreciation of the fans here at Mount Olympus. Count from the referee. Running DDT there from the Undertaker. Undertaker now calling Sting back up to his feet here. Hoists Sting up into a power slam position. Could be looking for that Oklahoma Stampede yet again. But Sting fighting back out of it. Chop blocking the leg of Undertaker. Now Sting unable to maintain the advantage, however, as Undertaker sends Sting into the turnbuckle. Undertaker with Sting up. Snake Eyes in the corner, rebounds off of the ropes. Big boot, signature combination from the Undertaker, and follows it up with a leg drop. A combination we have seen so many times from the Undertaker. Now pinfall to conclude that, and a 2 count. Secures Undertaker for a 2 count, but will not put away Sting here tonight, as it'll take more than that to keep the Icon down for the 3. Strikes in the midsection there from Undertaker. Undertaker now with Sting up in the power slam position yet again, but a chop block from Sting, taking out the leg of the dead man. Sting now Looks to come into the corner, charging in with that Stinger splash. Undertaker sidesteps it though. He's looking to go perhaps for old school there, but before he can do so, Sting with a boot to the midsection. Drop down. Leapfrog from Sting. Ducks the clothesline, but Undertaker connects with a clothesline of his own. Undertaker now sends Sting into the turnbuckle. Reversal there from Sting. But now a knee to the midsection reversal from the Undertaker. Back and forth these two men go, one after another, reversing each other. Back elbow from Undertaker creates the separation that he needs in order to break up that monotony of those two reversing each other one after another. There we see out of the power slam position, chop block yet again from Sting. Sting now looks to clutch the leg. Another God's last gift from Sting. And the lights go out. Undertaker is now back up on his feet. Turn around, Sting, as you were about to be hit with a tombstone pile driver. And connects with it, does the Undertaker. Sting forgetting the powers that the Undertaker has of being an undead wizard, able to shut off the lights as the lights will flicker on and off, making Nosferatu proud. The Undertaker here able to do so in order to land that tombstone pile driver to an unsuspecting Sting coming off of that God's last gift. Now with Sting positioned on the top rope, Undertaker now warming up for a chokeslam perhaps, but no, gonna follow him up now to the top rope does the Undertaker, and Sting and Undertaker come crashing down hard with a superplex. Taker is fired up here. Undertaker now returning to the outside of the ring to follow and pursue Sting. Gets him up in the powerbomb and could be looking for a last ride now on the announce table. Last ride powerbomb from the Undertaker to Sting as he sends him down onto our table. Military press now on the outside. Undertaker relentless in this beating that he is providing Sting. For all the times that Sting has called the Undertaker out for this matchup, Undertaker now trying to get back at him for that, trying to fight back in order to protect his yard. Sting now being hit with a snap suplex on the outside from Undertaker. Undertaker now returns the action back to the inside of the ring, sending Sting back on the inside here. He's going to look to follow him up. Sending the knee into the canvas. Follows it up with a standing leg drop. Sting back up to his feet. You got to know how important this victory is here for Sting. If he could walk away with the victory, it would mean so much to him in the sense of universe mode. He has really struggled to pick up a important win at times throughout the past few years in universe mode, being a challenger but not a champion in many aspects. A big win over the Undertaker here would really solidify his legacy. And if he can do it at WrestleMania, that is just additional oomph to that victory. Taker looks to reposition Sting in the corner here. Knee strike to the midsection. Now it's Taker with the reversal. Taker now with Sting positioned on Brett's rope. Gonna look to come in with a choke slam off of the top ropes as Sting was seated there. Now Undertaker calling for Sting to get back up to his feet here. Power slam position. Tombstone pile driver for the third time in this matchup. Undertaker connecting with the tombstone. Slow to recover off of that as this match showing the aware that it has had on both these men, and so close with the 2 count. Sting yet again able to get the shoulder up, and perhaps the only reason why is that the Undertaker on each time that he hits that tombstone, unable to quite capitalize with the full lateral press or even the signature dead man pose that he normally has, each time crumbling down out of fatigue. And now connecting with an old school off of the ropes, now finally connecting with it as he looked for it earlier on in this match. Now Undertaker rebounding off the ropes, dives over the top rope and crashes down hard on Sting. This time connecting with the dive to the outside is the Undertaker. And now Taker waiting for Sting to get back up to his feet here. Combination of strikes now. Two-handed choke slam here, but Sting answers back with an elbow strike to the temple. Sting now Irish whip, sends Taker over the top and outside to the apron. And Sting's going to follow him out there and utilize something that we saw a lot throughout the night tonight, a back suplex across the apron. Sting now also on the outside, looks to hoist up Undertaker for that German suplex into the barricade, but before he can do so, Taker shifting his weight and catching him with that back elbow. Now Undertaker with a massive chokeslam to Sting. Undertaker just circling his prey now. Hoists Sting, grabbing him from the leg and just hoists him across the ring, positioning him closer to that, to be seated in the turnbuckle perhaps. Getting what he wanted out of it. Alley-ooping Sting out of the corner, and now calling for the finish here perhaps is the Undertaker. He's got Sting up. Could have been looking for the tombstone yet again there. Sting answers out of it though, answering back with a back elbow. Now looks to go all the way around the world with that DDT, but Undertaker reversing it with a back body drop. Sting now being picked up back up to his feet, and now Undertaker going to look to connect with the tombstone pile driver. Tombstone from the Undertaker, drapes the hand across the chest of Sting yet again, but this time a rope break as Sting's left foot was underneath the bottom rope. Undertaker, so fatigued at this point in the matchup, was looking to get the easy win there following the tombstone, but not doing the due diligence to pull Sting away from the ropes before doing so. Sting now catches Undertaker in unfamiliar territory as Undertaker was looking to go off of the top rope. Sting, however, answers back now, sending Taker off of the top, crashing down hard. Looked for the suplex, but Taker escaping out of that and catching him with a chop block to the leg. Pendulum backbreaker there, however, from Sting. And now Sting going up to the top rope now. Dives down with a elbow drop. Pinfall attempt here from Sting. 1, 2, and 3. Sting gets the victory. Shocking fashion after the Undertaker connecting with a combination of multiple tombstones in this matchup. Sting gets the victory off of a diving elbow drop off of the top. And in very convincing fashion, Sting walks out of here with a victory over the Undertaker. But next up, we see the first of our two co-main events, a women's championship, women's world heavyweight championship matchup between the Royal Rumble winner and the current WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. This match is a rematch from SummerSlam where these two women faced off against one another. At that time, it wasn't for the championship gold, but now we find ourselves here at the pinnacle of the year, at the finale for WWE for Universe Mode for the season, and we find these two yet again meeting one another in the middle of the ring. Throughout the course of this year, Bianca Belair has proven herself to be the EST of Universe Mode, and she has done so in the Money in the Bank ladder match. She had an incredible performance. Of course, the winner of that match would go on to be the champion and her opponent here tonight. Bianca then going on to feud with that person up until SummerSlam before branching out into her own rivalry with Charlotte Flair, and then going on to capture the Royal Rumble victory was Bianca, lastly eliminating Mariah May and Io Sky for an impressive victory there on the night. And Bianca to do so, securing her championship match here tonight with the defending champion, the forever champion in her words, that being Athena. Athena, it's been mentioned a lot here tonight, especially with us being at Mount Olympus here. Athena in very appropriate, location, appropriate territory. But not only that, it's really Athena's world here in universe mode. Athena has been the women's champion, holding that championship that she is now currently holding. This is her third reign, and she is 196 days into her reign in doing so. Previously, when she was Ember Moon, she held that championship third ever and held it for 406 days in a legendary title run that paralleled Asuka's. Of course, Asuka being the woman that Athena would cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase on, that she won earlier this year in Universe Mode, back at Clash of the Castle, in which Asuka was looking to defend that championship against China earlier in the night. But before she could do so, Athena announcing her cash-in and showing Asuka that she would have to compete not only against China that night, but against Athena later on in the night. Athena would go on to lead her team back at Survivor Series in the War Games match to victory, as Athena's allies, the team of Nia Jax, China, and Shotzi Blackheart, along with Athena, would go on to secure the victory over Damage Control, who we saw all competing in a fatal four-way against one another earlier tonight and dealing with their own internal frustrations. However, as it pertains to Athena, she was able to capitalize off of the opportunity that she had set out before her on that exchange. So Athena, a former three-time Raw World Women's Champion that she is currently now holding in her third reign. And not only that, but she was also an 104-day champion with the lineage that is now the AEW Women's World Championship. So actually, on two occasions, she was a 104-day champion and an 126-day champion. And now, smart strategy here we see from Athena, escaping to the outside in a game of cat and mouse as this match gets started, and now returning back to the inside of the ring as Athena gets the advantage over Bianca Belair with those strikes. But Bianca comes answering back, springing off the ropes, looks to catch her with that splash. Reversal from Athena, who now connects with a grounded dropkick. And as mentioned, this being a rematch from these two's match earlier this season back at SummerSlam. And at that time, Athena, very short into her venture as Miss Money in the Bank. Bianca with a very impressive performance in that match and throughout the duration of Universe Mode this year. Many important pay-per-view matchups and victories. Now, handstand elbow drop there from Athena. And last year in Universe Mode, Bianca Belair was the NXT Women's Champion. And now Athena off of the second rope dives down onto Bianca with that diving Hurricane Rana off of Brett's rope. And Bianca Belair last season was the NXT Women's Champion after defeating Becky Lynch for that title, and before she would lose it to Jade Cargill at Stand and Deliver. Now rebounding off of the ropes and comes charging in Athena with that face wash big boot. Fighting back out of the corner now, Bianca is able to do so. A series of elbow strikes, though, from Athena as she fights back out of it. Now pop-up, Hurricane Rana there from Athena. Athena very proud of her work here tonight. Neckbreaker, follows it up with a butterfly suplex. And Bianca certainly walking into this matchup with a chip on her shoulder. Now combination there from from Athena, who connected with that boot to the midsection and the spinning savate kick to finish it off. Jawbreaker, though, from Bianca now fights back out of it. And a savate kick there from Athena, once more taking Bianca down and making her roll to the outside. Athena, in her own right, is a very accomplished champion here in Universe mode. And now rebounding off of the ropes, diving to the outside with a tope suicida. And Athena willing to risk it all here tonight in the first of our co-main events here. These two ladies, some of the best athletes, the best competitors here in Universe mode history. And rightfully so, deserving the co-main event spot here tonight for their matchup. Bianca, a very hard-fought season to come back from where she was at last season, losing the NXT Championship to Jade Cargill. Now Bianca with Athena off of the announce table, takes her down with a suplex, crashing down hard on the outside. But Bianca has come back from that in strides, winning that Royal Rumble match 2 months ago. As mentioned, eliminating in that matchup. Towards the end, she eliminated Mariah May to get the final victory. But not only that, moments earlier eliminating Io Sky, and doing so with the victory coming from the number 16 position. Rebounding off of the ropes now. Neckbreaker from Athena. Look to capitalize on that, but it's a reversal there from Bianca, wrenching the arm. Now Athena going to fight out of it with a series of strikes to the midsection, creating the separation that she needed there. Shoulder tackle from Bianca. Rebounding off of the ropes now. Looks to once again come diving down with that splash, but it's reversed there by Athena. Athena now, combination, finishing it off with that back kick. Now Athena looks to go up to the top rope. Now going to wait for Bianca to get back up to her feet. Going to look to end it early here with the Eclipse pinfall attempt now. Bianca's leg, however, is wrapped up in the ropes. The referee, seeing that, calls for the rope break. That's the only way that Bianca would have had the separation there. But crawling over to the corner now as Athena, continuing on the offense, stomps to the shoulders there to a seated Bianca. And Athena, back at these two had a match back at SummerSlam just a month after Athena had won the Money in the Bank briefcase. And in that match, Athena was the victor over Bianca Belair. So you'd have to think that Bianca now wants to come back half a year later and take that championship from Athena. Would have to feel so good for Bianca to accomplish that. Catches the leg of Athena there and takes her down with a massive clothesline. Now from the apron on the outside, jawbreaker takedown. Athena answering back with a series of strikes now. Cradle position, drops Bianca back first along the apron. Athena now gets a running start off of the apron, looks to come diving down with that Hurricane Rana, but Bianca returns to the inside of the ring before she can do so, missing the dive on the outside. Catching the leg now is Bianca, pulls her in and takes her down with a clothesline. Mat return there from Bianca to Athena, and a double axe to the back takes her down now and towards the corner. Deadlift, back suplex there from Bianca, follows it up with a standing moonsault and a standing shooting star press to follow it up. EST firing on all cylinders here tonight, trying to walk away from this match with that championship, and now going to hit the KOD on Athena, capturing the leg now, cradling in the pinfall position. Was really close to getting the pinfall there off of that offensive maneuver, but instead the champion not allowing it and kicking out at the count of one off of that move. But then immediately rolling to the outside to catch a break. Now Bianca Belair with a running start. Tope con Hilo to the outside. Offense that we don't ordinarily see from Bianca to dive to the outside like that. Very welcomed, however. It was a very surprising and exciting moment that we just witnessed. Now Athena with a reversal sends Bianca face first into that turnbuckle, or excuse me, into the ring post on the outside. Seated drop kick there, and Athena now gonna bring Bianca back over to the table where Bianca earlier on in this matchup got the advantage with that suplex. Athena though positioning Bianca now up on that announce table and dives down with a diving crossbody to Bianca as Bianca was getting back up to her feet there off of the table. Athena capitalizing on that and diving all the way down, crashing hard on Bianca Belair. Athena now back on the inside of the ring, gets back up to her feet, receives a kick for her efforts. Wow, evasive maneuvers from these two, but Athena gets the advantage there with a combination that we have seen her implement multiple times in this matchup yet already, and follows it up with a fall-away slam, sends Bianca close to the turnbuckle there, to the far corner. Now handstand, elbow drop comes crashing down hard, and Athena perhaps in perfect position now to go up to the top rope and could be looking to connect with the O-face. No, instead diving frog splash, ascending really high into the air there. Pinfall attempt 2, just mocking Bianca Belair, and a near fall, but Bianca gets the shoulder up. Very near fall there. Reversal there from Bianca on the momentum. Looks to roll up Athena, gets the 2 count, but Athena again getting the shoulder up to preserve her championship. Athena knowing what it means to be in these championship predicaments here in Universe mode. Spinebuster there from Bianca Belair as a current champion, having held it for 196 days. You have to know that Athena knowing exactly what it takes to maintain that championship reign on separate occasions. Now Bianca Belair with a fall-away slam. Bianca now calling Athena back up to her feet here. Looks to be repositioning Athena here, but no, Athena fighting out of it with a series of elbow strikes there. Springing off of the ropes, springboard crossbody comes crashing down on Bianca. However, Bianca now answering back with a kick to the face. Looks to come charging in. Athena though reversing it with a neck breaker. Bianca stays standing, and as she turns around to Athena, gets hit with that savate kick again. Pinfall attempt now again on Bianca. 2 count. A lot of near falls here for the forever champion on the EST. Nearly putting away and securing that victory. Now it's Athena rebounding off the ropes, diving in with a suicida of her own. Crashing down hard on Bianca Belair on the outside. And now Athena going to look to ascend to the top rope. Could she be looking for the O-face to the outside? Diving down, O-face off of the top rope all the way to the outside. Crashes down hard. Athena, how is she not feeling effects from that move? Or perhaps she is, and just the adrenaline is allowing her to shake it off. But incredible, able to come down hard with that Eclipse, now locking in the STF, wrenching in on this hold, forcing the submission. Could we be looking at a tap-out victory here for the champion, securing her spot as the forever champ with a victory here tonight. Bianca trapped in the middle of the ring. What is she going to be able to do to fight out of this? Bianca really being suffering in this hold right now as Athena wrenching in, applying the pressure here with relentless force. Still fighting trying to fight back out of it, still trying to find a way to escape the submission. You see the pressure that's being applied here by Athena. How long is she going to be able to continually hold the submission hold here. Now finally Bianca's creating the separation. Just separating the grip of Athena there from that submission hold. Now the strength of Bianca, military press up and down. Stomp to the back there, and Athena rolls to the outside. Bianca looked to come diving down with that plancha to the outside, but Athena sidestepping it, able to evade, and Athena now returning to the inside, where Bianca does as well. Strike to the back, but catching the referee by mistake on that exchange. Now charging into Bianca in the corner, rebounding off of the ropes, running Meteora to a seated Bianca Belair. Now from the second rope, diving senton to follow it up from Athena. Now Athena maintaining the offensive advantage here. Power slam position. Bianca reverses it with a DDT. Slick reversal there from Bianca. Reversal now from Athena. Catches her with that soul kick. Now we see a Russian leg sweep and locks in that stretch, but no, a rope break creates the separation that Bianca needs to stay in this matchup. But Athena maintaining the offense, following it up with a fisherman buster, hooking the leg, and a pinfall attempt here now from Athena. Near fall, but the referee saying only 2 off of that, as Bianca Belair staying alive in this matchup against the forever champion Athena. Now another O-face diving down, this time on the inside of the ring and so close to the ropes here. Could we be looking at a victory? No! Again, Bianca Belair gets the shoulder up, but how close was that? You see the frustration mounting for Athena, and now again Athena going to go back up to the top rope, this time diving down with a moonsault. Pinfall attempt to follow it up again on Bianca too, and no, again. You see how frustrated Athena is by the fact that she can't put away Bianca here. I'm finding it quite surprising after the O-faces that she's delivered, not to mention they're being hit with a massive top rope assault. Now Bianca calling for Athena to get back up to her feet. Now we see, following the alley-oop, Bianca connecting with a KOD, rolling over Athena. Pinfall attempt here now from the EST. 1, 2, and no, a kick out from Athena. Athena, the fallen goddess, once again getting the shoulder up. Now struggling, fighting her way back up to her feet here as Bianca comes charging in with that corner spear. Clothesline takedown from Athena now, as Athena getting herself back into this with a rage of fire. Trips out the leg of Bianca there. Once again, handstand elbow drop again from Athena. And now Athena positioning Bianca on the ropes here. Sends Bianca now to the outside as Bianca crashes down hard. But now we see on the inside here, Athena charging up, could be coming in with a diving tope con hilo to the outside. Bianca now being sent back to the inside by Athena. It could be academic here as Athena boots to the midsection, an elbow strike to come down hard again. It could be seeing the ending stages of this matchup. Bianca now locks in that small package on Athena as she looks for the pinfall victory there, unsuccessful in doing so. But as Athena gets back up to her feet there, deadlift sit out powerbomb at the hands of Bianca once more. Before Athena can create the separation she needs, she's hit with a gourd buster there from Bianca. Athena working her way back up to her feet now, as Bianca has her up, muscled up into a military press, and follows it up with a standing moonsault too. Now once again, the strength on display of Bianca Belair. Military press from Athena all the way from the ground. Drops her down face first. Pinfall attempt now from Bianca to capitalize on that. And a quick kick out there from Athena. You see Athena quick to recover off of that. Irish whip reversal now. Club and strike to the back there from Bianca. Takes down Athena. Now an Irish whip from Bianca. Athena rebounding off of the ropes. Rake to the eyes though from Athena and clear shot of the referee. Combination of kicks there from Athena again. And Athena quickly runs up to the top rope. And dives down with another O-face. The fourth in this matchup. Pinfall attempt now. 1, 2, and no! Somehow Bianca Belair still fighting back out of it. Still finding a way to kick out here at WrestleMania. Digging deep into that reserve by any means to try and walk away from here tonight with that championship. Bianca knowing, now an avalanche Hurricane Rana. Bianca knowing what it takes to be a champion here in Universe mode and desperately trying to get back to that same place. An avalanche Hurricane Rana now from Athena takes Bianca Belair not only down off of the top rope but down to the outside of the ring. And now Athena dives in with a tope suicida again to the outside onto Bianca. Got to get this action back to the inside, though, if you want to really get the victory. Although for Athena, she does have championship advantage here tonight as we hear the referee continuing to count away. Athena, though, going to choose to return to the inside of the ring. Bianca Irish whipping her as she does across the ring and towards the ropes. Drop down, leapfrog, and a shoulder tackle. Bianca looking to reposition Athena there, but Athena thinking better of it. Going to go at her own conviction. Trying to return over to the ropes. Super kick from Bianca there. Rebounds off of the ropes. And a moonsault. Springboard moonsault there from Bianca. Twisting soul kick there from Athena, counters out of it. Series of kicks there from Athena. And once more going for the handstand elbow drop. Now sent into the turnbuckle. Bianca Belair with his shoulder tackle takes Athena down to a seated position where she can stomp on her. Stomp to the back now. And a standing shooting star, but Athena brings up the knees. Uncomfortable landing there for Bianca. Rolling forearm strike from Athena answers back. Athena now turns Bianca around. Looks to capitalize on the offense, but Athena with the now receiving for her efforts a series of clotheslines from Bianca. Athena now positioned in the corner. Bianca gonna heel toss Athena out of the corner. Irish whip now. Rebounds off of the ropes, so yet another drop down. Wrist clutch, twists around, and a sit-out chicken wing. Now, Bianca Belair once again, torture rack position, lands the KOD on Athena. If she could just turn her over and secure the pinfall, which she does, she could be the new champion. 2, 3, the EST has done it. Bianca Belair, Royal Rumble winner this season. And now, Raw World Women's Champion. Finally, someone has done what it takes to wrestle away the Raw World Heavyweight Championship from Athena in her third reign with that championship. And it is Bianca Belair who holds that championship for her first time here at WrestleMania. Thank you for joining me for this part of the WrestleMania Universe mode, and don't forget to check out the remaining parts. The next part will be our WrestleMania main event, so don't miss it.